Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk?
Aloha and good afternoon. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative David A. Tarnas. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
Yes, please rise in honor of our Queen Liliuokalani, who wrote years ago, "Whilst humbly meditating within these walls, imprisoned, thou art my light, my heaven, thy glory, my support. Oh, look not on their feelings or on the sins of men. Forgive with loving kindness, that we might be made pure." Amen.
Thank you, Representative Tarnas. Item 1. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Ayu, Mr. Alcos, Ms. Amato, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Chun, Ms. Cochran, Mr. Evslin, Mr. Ganadin, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Gates, Mr. Hashem, Mr. Hashimoto, Mr. Holt, Ms. Hussey Burdick, Ms. Ichiyama, Ms. Kahaloa, Ms. Capella, Mr. Kila, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Ms. Lachika, Ms. Lamosao, Ms. Lowen, Ms. Martin, Ms. Martinez, Mr. Matayoshi, Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. Mizuno, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto,
Excuse.
Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Pirik, Ms. Poepoe, Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Ms. Souza, Mr. Takayama, Ms. Takenouchi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Ward, Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamashita.
Excuse.
Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 49 members are present, 2 are excused.
Thank you. Item 2, reading of the journal. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred.
So ordered. Item 3, Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 4, Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, if you and the members will turn your attention to the addendum to today's order of the day. We are in receipt of a communication informing the House that the Senate has disagreed to the amendments proposed by the House to the noted Senate bills. We are in further receipt of communications transmitting the noted SCRs all having been adopted in the Senate. Finally, we are in receipt of communications returning the noted House bills all having passed third reading in the Senate.
Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to disagree to the amendments made by the Senate to the noted House bills.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Members, any discussions? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Members, are there any introductions?
Mr.
Representative
Speaker.
Tarnas.
Thank you very much. I wanted to acknowledge my staff who came today, who very kindly came today to listen to my invocation. I want to introduce them and thank them for their service. My office manager, Katie Pacheco, please stand and be recognized. Makani Sabala Bakhtad, Ken Peck, our 2 legislative aides and researchers, and 2 attorneys, I want to introduce my committee clerk first, Scott Gifford, couldn't do it without you, Scott, and our two attorneys, Sean Aronson and Adrian Reifschneider. It's with these crew that we've been able to do so much in the Judiciary and Hawaiian Affairs Committee. Please welcome them to our House of Representatives. Thank you.
Representative Matsumoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've introduced them many times before, but because they come so often, I want to give them credit. I have my two interns. I have Diego and Hunter. If you can please stand and be recognized.
Representative Alcos.
Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to introduce my staff. Please stand when you hear your name. Alan James Covito. He's my office manager, keeping me out of trouble. Relina Puanani Bird Alcos. She is my wife. Tiffany Elaine Hilani Alcos. Please stand. And Michaela Whitley Cassidy. This is my staff, and welcome to the House of Representatives. Awesome, guys.
With no further introductions, we'll move on to item 5, unfinished business. Members, HSCRs 1880 through 1890 will be deferred one legislative day. We are on the bottom of page 4. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Reports numbers 1969 and 1970 as listed on page 4, and that the accompanying House resolution and House concurrent resolution be adopted.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, notwithstanding the recommendation contained in Standing Committee Reports numbers 1969 and 1970, I move that House Resolution number 150 and House Concurrent Resolution number 148 be recommitted to the Committee on Judiciary and Hawaiian Affairs.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on recommittals? Members, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 6, reports of standing committees. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Reports numbers 1975 through 2050 as listed on pages 5 through 24, and that the accompanying House resolutions and House concurrent resolutions as be amended be adopted.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on 1975 and 1976? 1977 and 1978. Next page. 1979 and 1980. 1981 and 1982. Next page. 1983 and 1984. 1985 and 1986. Next page, 1987 and 1988. 1989 and 1990. Representative Perrick.
No, please.
So ordered. Next page, 1991. 1992. Representative Hasi Bardik.
No vote, brief comment.
Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There is a growing body of scientific literature since the 1980s that demonstrate how seawalls and shoreline hardening negatively impacts nearby beaches. This is one of the many reasons why the legislature codified HRS Chapter 171-53, requiring the legislature to approve any lease of state submerged lands via concurrent resolutions like these. This resolution allows for a private property sold in 2021 for $1.5 million to update their private residential boat ramp. There is no public benefit to this measure. I have taken an oath to uphold the public trust, and as such, I have a fiduciary duty to oppose the passage of a measure that would exclusively benefit private interests at the expense of public trust beaches. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Members, we're going to move on to 1993 and next page 1994. 1995 and 1996. Next page. 1997 and 1998. 1999 and 2000. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Pierre.
No, please.
So ordered. Representative Matsumoto.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Falcos.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Ward.
Same request.
So ordered. Next page, 2001 and 2002. Representative Matsumoto.
No vote, please.
So ordered. Representative Hasibird.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Falcos.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Pierre.
No, please.
So ordered. Representative Ward.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative La Chica.
Reservations, Mr.
So
Speaker.
ordered. Moving to 2003 and 2004. Next page, Representative Peruso.
Mr. Speaker, if you have a moment, may we go back to STANCOM report number 1992?
1992.
My apologies.
Hold
I'm a
on,
no
let's
vote.
finish this and then we'll go to 1992. 2003 and 2004. All right, let's go to 1992.
No vote, please.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Let's move to the top of page 13, 2005 and 2006. 2007 and 2008. Next page, 2009 and 2010. 2011 and 2012. Next page, 2013 and 2014. 2015 and 2016. Representative Ward.
Sorry, Speaker, when appropriate, can we go back to 2013?
2013. Hold on. Any discussion on 2015 and 2016? Representative Pierre.
No, please.
So ordered. All right, let's move back to 2013 and 2014. Representative Ward.
Speaker, in strong support.
Proceed.
In the banking industry, reconciliation is a monthly term where you have your income and expenses so they match each other. I say that because this is a bill that calls for the Department of Transportation to implement, develop, and have a program called Safe Streets. I would like to see this reconciled with the bill that we passed just the other day on jaywalking, because I don't see a reconciliation is possible between having safe streets and then empowering people to jaywalk with the impunity that some people, as they do crosswalks, feel. So I think this is a lack of reconciliation. Thank you.
All right, members, we're going to go to the next page. I'm sorry, Representative Ganadin, did you want to?
Regarding SCR 2013.
2013,
In strong support.
proceed.
Safe Routes to School is something of a term of art. It is a historic program that connects federal funding to counties to develop things like sidewalks and safe routes for pedestrians. The program here in Honolulu just passed this last year. It is one of the priorities for the council members here in Honolulu, and we're hoping that this resolution passes, as well as a bill that's currently with the Senate right now to reestablish that program. It is differentiated from issues regarding the criminalization of jaywalking or issues regarding insurance or liability for pedestrians or those in vehicles. Thank you.
All right, we're on the top of page 16, 2017 and 2018. Representative Pierre.
No, please.
So ordered. 2019 and 2020. Next page, 2021 and 2022. 2023 and 2024. Next page, 2025 and 2026. Next page, 2027 and 2028. 2029 and 2030. Next page, 2031 and 2032. 2033 and 2034. Next page, 2035 and 2036. Representative Garcia.
Reservations.
So ordered. 2037 and 2038. Next page, 2039 and 2040. 2041 and 2042. Next page, 2043 and 2044. 2045 and 2046, Representative Hashimoto.
Strong support.
Proceed.
Short comments. I think, Mr. Speaker, we are in an affordable housing crisis, and I think when we take a look at what fuels our pipeline to build affordable housing, it is our private activity bond cap. And I think when we take a look at this reso, it reaffirms this House's commitment to affordable housing, because I think we've seen people wanting to do special purpose revenue bonds, despite us last year putting a 5-year moratorium through Act 182 to stop SPURBs and other things up until 2028. We only have $360 million a year to put towards private activities, and I think our commitment here is that all of it should go to affordable housing. I think some of us were very much interested in the GM3 that came down asking for $200 million to go to other things other than affordable housing. So I think this is a very, very important and timely resolution to reaffirm this House's commitment to affordable housing and to show that we are committed to making sure the pipeline continues and that all $360 million of our private activity bond cap goes to affordable housing. So thank you, Speaker.
Representative Nakamura.
May the words of the in strong support, may the words of the Housing Chair be entered into the journal as my own. And I just want to thank and acknowledge the Housing Chair for his strong advocacy on this point, that without this resolution and the clear intention of this House, if we don't do this, then we are going to see much less affordable housing built in our state. So thank you.
So ordered. Representative Quinlan.
Strong support. Adopt the words. Gentleman to my left. Thank you.
So ordered. Representative Souza.
Same request, and can you also include the words from the representative of from Kauai into the journal as my own? Thank you.
So ordered. Next page, Representative Kobayashi.
Rise in support. Over the past 10 years, only about 1/10 of the special purpose revenue bonds that this body has passed have actually gone to Wall Street. So many of these special purpose revenue bonds have been granted to organizations with zero track record, zero financial assets, so to speak. And we have up to now been indiscriminate in passing special purpose revenue bonds. We should not only rely on the budget and finance to do the screening, but we ourselves, the legislature, should screen more carefully as to which special purpose revenue bonds get approved. Thank you.
Representative Ward.
Speaker, may the words of the gentleman from Diamond Head be entered into the journal as my own.
So ordered. Next page, 2047 and 2048, 2049 and 2050. Members, the chair will call for a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 2051 as listed on page 25, and that the accompanying Senate bill as amended pass second reading and be placed on the calendar for third reading.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on STANCOM Report 2051? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 7, third reading. Members, the third reading measure on page 25 will be deferred one legislative day. Item 8, announcements. Members, are there any announcements? Representative Kitagawa.
Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Finance requests a waiver of the 48-hour advance notice requirement for the purpose of conducting a public hearing with decision-making to follow on the following bills. SB 398 SD1 HD1 relating to child welfare, SB 941 SD2 HD1 relating to the School Facility Authority, and SB 1044 SD2 HD2 relating to mental health.
So ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The public hearing will be held today, April 5th at 1:55 p.m. in Conference Room 308.
Representative Ichiyama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just wanted to remind members that today is the Women's Legislative Caucus Easter Basket Drive, our 24th annual Easter Basket Drive. We are very excited to see this year's Easter Bunny and Chick. So please come down at 12:45 with your baskets to the chamber level right in front of the auditorium. Look forward to seeing everyone there. Thank you.
Representative Alcos.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to thank you for the pins. Right on.
Thank you, Speaker. All right, members. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.
Representative Garcia.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 12 noon tomorrow.